Alright everybody, time for the games. But before we play the games, I actually decided that I want to play with the version that I have been playing most lately. And yeah, is a bit more unconventional than what other people are doing, but I have been pretty happy with, which is with Butcher. So yeah, gonna play Butcher instead of Mystic Shot basically, and drop the Mind Meld for second stress testing, as opposed to what I settled on at the end of the deck tech. Because I think that's probably also more interesting to see, because it's less typical and might show some people some stuff that they haven't seen yet, and might open up some minds to the idea that maybe having Jacket Butcher instead of like Mystic Shot and other more reactive or situational stuff like Mind Meld might actually be a better direction. Like, it's not that I'm 100% sure that it's a better direction, but it has felt better to me in games. My results are as good or better with Butcher than without, so I simply don't really see much of a reason not to keep butchering. Anyway, on to the games. Alright, so we don't want this. We're up against this, huh? Don't want two of these. I think it's reasonable to keep Pool Shark here, and either like Pool Shark, open attack into Butcher, or just turn one Butcher, depending on what else we draw. We draw, like, say, a Poro Cannon to make use of the fleeting card guaranteed. It's a pretty easy turn one Pool Shark here. Although, if the opponent has a Zoe, I think we might have to just do that. I don't think we want to discard Pool Shark, so in this case it has to be the Butcher, I suppose. And yeah, we'll just... yeah, Poro.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
And... kinda close. We don't have a great play next turn, other than Fizz. But we can float mana, so that's not terrible. There are a couple of things we can draw that we can't cast. Primarily Brayfin and Twisted Fate and Bubblefish. It's probably a bit safer to do it this way, because there are also a couple of things we can play, but that would kind of awkwardly force us to play them when we don't ideally want to. I want to.
Witness perfection, meatbags.
Let me at him.
Prime and ready. Hey, take it to the gun show.
Yeah, I'm totally down with just blocking with Fizz to soften this up for red card. Since Fizz isn't that great here anyway against a deck that probably has 2 to 3 hushes. I think he's on 3, I think I saw his list earlier.
System upgrade.
Zoe, what's your name?
I think it's slightly better to attack first, but it's debatable. Makes it more likely to play something so he can't, like, heal the bot or something. Although last I checked, his list only has 1 Guiding Touch and 1 Vigor, and against Vigor it's, like, less bad for us, because it's not free. Also, if he like would take the Zoe trade, we can always just not red card and like blue card instead, for example. Let's see. There it is.
Come on, chase me!
That makes the red card less attractive, and if he blocks even less so. You might still not want a red card given that we have the Poros, but the threat of Zoe leveling probably makes us want to shoot her. Plus we're kind of wasting a spell mana technically.
I'm always up for a round.
So let's try it at least. Make him have like the answer.
Something for all of you.
He doesn't, so that's good.
Dizzy.
That's by the way also part of my problem with Zoe right now. That people are fairly good at dealing with her at low opportunity cost.
I'm ready. System upgrade.
Tough swinging them
Oh, oh.
big fists around, Vine.
That is rough.
I'll show ya.
I do think we probably want to spray Finn here.
Go with the flow.
We can block one of these. And trade.
This! Why do you live here?
Oh. Question is, do I want to block here? Kind of seems like I don't. Why is kind of a problem here for us. Yeah, I suppose I think we take the 5 here. 4.
We playing bilge rules, son?
That's the other thing, like pull sharks also help like cycling improvement in a bunch of situations in grindy and late game situations and stuff. Has come up a bunch where I've been pretty happy, and it's often better than copying like a random opposing unit, for example. I think I probably don't need damage here. Or need it at least.
Like a fish in water.
This game is not looking so great for us, why it's quite the beating.
Let's do this.
Time to get into the bubblefish stage of the game, ideally. Oh, that's nice. Ish. Guess it allows us to yellow card Y if we want to.
Trouble coming at ya.
Where you going?
Justice is served.
Alright, I think that's a pretty solid red card actually.
Who says I don't share?
Oh, I should probably turn up the sound a bit. Keep forgetting that. This is annoying. How annoying is it though?
A game. Go on then.
Watch
It's
the ball,
probably
folks.
it's negligible to an extent. Hmm. The thing is, I think we kind of need to pick a card here, right?
Humanity is obsolete.
Well, that works. Makes me a bit more inclined to get excited here. Probably not though.
Shuffle.
Don't think we can reliably win next turn. He's probably on like 3-star shaping. At least last I checked. So just trying to cheese him out with exactsies is not the safest plan in the world.
Safety is engaged.
Alright. Let's get to work.
Keep up, keep up.
There's the star shaping. This might be a case where we actually want to like hardcast stress testing. To keep our get excited.
System upgrade.
Hmm. I don't think I want to preemptively suit up there, but it's close. Because of Hush, basically, and also like Mystic Shot and Spray Fin sort of stuff. That's pretty alright. I think here we can probably just do this. And then like rummage away these two. A bit awkward because we drew a pretty good card. Not finding a bubblefish is pretty awkward. That's totally fine.
Beginner's luck.
I think I want to get rid of this the most because it does the least against an active buy. Oh oh, that's nasty. I guess we can survive by get excited, by shooting get excited on this.
This!
I think we use the Poro instead of the cannon. So we get one last shot at a big bubblefish turn. No bubblefish. Oh, there's the bubblefish. Let's go. Thank God. Well, so much about that. Alright, that was unfortunate, but not much we could do in that game. Happens sometimes. Yeah, on to game number 2. Let's go.
A game. Go on then. What's this?
Yep. This is what I meant, like, here we can just pull shark, get in for one, and then have, like, Poro cannon fodder on 2. Depending on what we draw.
You're covered.
Here we actually have kind of an interesting situation. I think I like this the most than just making a bunch of Poros. Get this rather than using it on this for now. Forgot to switch to the small camera view.
Safety disengaged.
But fix that now. And this is kind of what I mean. We're sort of like the Butcher comes in handy. Although I think we'll probably use it on like defense next turn. Yeah, I suppose Butcher here.
Let's get to it.
Shield up.
Actually, I should have attacked with both. That was loose. I think I need to deal the extra 3 damage here.
System upgrade.
That was a mistake. To be fair, Suppressor is really annoying in this matchup. For obvious reasons.
A symbol worth fighting for.
I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? Not much we can do. This is what I mean, like now, like stress testing is actually pretty awkward, because I think we kinda like want to have to cannon here. Like, maybe we don't have to, but we're certainly like putting ourselves behind not doing so. Like makes the deck flow less well. Suppose we start with this.
Go with the flow.
More Poros. Yeah, I don't think we can or want to Poro here, so we just do this. That's fine. Go for it. We can do it next turn though, reasonably well.
With me!
Yellow card this before it gets out of hand.
Partner.
In the name of our land.
Yeah, I think we just want to minimize like damage taken so we have a bit more time to raise. Probably. I don't think I want to stress testing here at the risk of drawing something too expensive. Rather burn 1 mana here, I think. That would have obviously been great. I mean, we technically could like Genevieve here. That doesn't sound terrible. But he could punish that with like a riposte, which is pretty awkward. I think I'd rather just honestly do this.
Their pride will cost them.
Good. Suppose we play this first.
Game. Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
These woods belong to us.
Fall to our standard.
Alright then.
Where you going?
Let's see if we can level this before you can pull it again. Might be able to. And we got 3, 4, 5 draws, so we need like 1 draw from all the draws. Like just does a pretty good job at jump blocking. Oh, look at that, we have a backup Twisted Fate. Nice.
Safeguard our citizens.
Okay. It's not terrible. A bit risky. I think it's alright. Not sure if it's better to just let it happen and play a new Twisted Fate with red card. But this is alright too. He seems pretty dead, so... Nice suppressor, I guess.
In the name of our land. Bounty Bowl knows me name.
Good thing we didn't play the Pora yet, so we just play a bunch of dudes. Doot doot. And there we go. Pew pew.
Now this game's heating up.
Once I stand papers, now faces.
And game.
It was in the cards.
Alright, we are 1 and 1. 2 more games to go. Let's continue. Not exactly a good hand. Although we might want to keep Twisted Fate in this matchup. I think we have to. Too good. That's gonna work out okay. Bit clunky of a hand.
Let me at him.
Unopposed Fizz though.
Gonna be fun.
And another naked stress testing. And this,
Once I stand papers, now faces.
ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't like running through stress testing. It's just way too awkward, way too often.
Safety.
Like now we basically have a blank until we find a way to use it. And we can use it with stress testing here, but it's, I would get excited here, but there's a bunch we can draw where it doesn't even do anything. And we also don't really want to use our get excited, because Twisted Fate, but I think we kinda have to. I think burning mana here and letting this get out of control is pretty awkward. I think we'll just do it. Hope we draw something cheap. Like a backup Fizz, I guess. So I guess we're gonna aggressively trade our Fizz into his Poro. he's gonna be like, what? And we're gonna be like, this? It's pretty awkward because obviously this would have been like a nice red card. Then again, it kind of isn't because then he can retaliate with a yellow card.
Tide's coming in.
So I think we actually kind of can just pass here. The other consideration is like spray fin. Like, what's he gonna do? Pass back? This is such a dumb scenario, though. Maybe we should have played Spray Fin last turn, because it kind of preemptively protects our... Although, no, it doesn't. I think the yellow card still hits Twisted Fate, not Spray Fin. Which is very awkward.
Pays that. Through the hand.
Can't say no to Fizz.
Now we have an answer to his Twisted Fate, which makes it a lot easier.
Feel me in. Soak it in.
It's a little scary now because Get Excited might not do it. We'll see. I mean, we at least get to do this
Never lost a fair
and then
game.
have to Get Excited as backup, so we should be able to get rid of it and then have like our own pick a card. Maneuvering, maneuvering, maneuvering. Red card would have also been an interesting option, but it's worse against level up in response sort of deal. Which is what he does and has. Which is pretty bad for this.
I guess you can win them all.
Good thing is now we can Get Excited before he can suit up after the yellow card to make it survive. We might have a second one though, and then we are in trouble. Maybe we should have just passed again last turn, honestly.
Hesitation's a tell.
Decisions, decisions, decisions. Make one. Seems like he might at least not have a backup Twisted Fate. If he wants to play another spell here. But he does have an answer for ours.
Who says I don't share?
He did target wrong, didn't he? Oh no, that's my yellow card. Never mind, that is. Because if he gets a yellow card, he has to Get Excited this instead. At least we got the Poro. for free as well, which is nice for our spray fin. Kind of. Not kind of, unfortunately.
Nice! I'm Fizz!
That's pretty good. Nice.
Back at the table. I'm always up for a round or two.
Yeah, him having the second Twisted Fate here and his Twisted Fate being leveled already is pretty rough for us. Probably gonna lose this.
Blue as the serpentine.
Yeah, I mean, we're basically dead. There's nothing we can do. He just yellow cards our Twisted Fate and dominates the board here.
Didn't see that coming.
Whoever sticks
That's
like a level
mysterious.
Twisted Fate in that matchup is so far ahead that it's basically pointless. Unfortunate. Well, on to game number 4. I think I want to keep Poro Cannon in this matchup. We almost want to keep Get Excited as well, but I don't think we have good support for all of this, so we probably just keep these. That's nice, because that helps support the Poro Cannons, and is a good match for his 1-drop.
A game. Go on then.
That's annoying, but I don't think I want to Butcher here and trade into this. So it's basically like we take 2,
Anything else?
or we take 2 and his Trumper takes 1. Or I guess the third option is trading out Butcher against this, which is not desirable.
Idiots!
That's nice.
Oh boy, here I go!
I think we discard one of these, attack and then play a Butcher.
There's plenty of killing left. It's Draven time.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
Let's boogie.
He has vision here, we are in serious trouble. Like vision completely blows us out of the water here. Which is, by the way, I was about to say, if he doesn't proactively vision here, I might actually like just take it. But yeah, I don't think we can do that.
What's that you got there?
think we kinda have to keep this around. But yeah, this is a rough start. This is like basically the nut start. Perfect opener of this card. That's hard for most decks to keep up with, including this deck.
Primed and ready.
Despite it being a very good deck.
Safety is engaged.
But we'll see, maybe we can raise it.
Anything else?
Ready. Can you increase perfection?
Just gonna shove everything. He wants to use the axe, that's okay. Same as if we block. If he doesn't want to use the axe, it's better. Well then, that settles that, I guess. And once again, an awkward stress testing. I guess we can just throw it away. But to be fair, pull chart would be notably better here. I think that's reasonable-ish. Gotta take some beating here to have a chance to even attempt to raise.
Like a fish in water.
That's not bad.
Rules are made to be broken.
I know this. People.
You should try blinking sometime.
Nice. We're mastering a counter offense here. Reasonable one.
Keep up, keep up.
What's the worst that could happen?
That's fairly good.
Immerse yourself in the
I'm on a roll.
We're probably gonna get owned by crowd favorite next turn is my fear.
Try again.
That's probably what's gonna make us tip over. Ah, close one. But I mean, he had like the stone cold nuts. The best 1, 2, 3 Jinx. Experimenter to level
Now it's a
her.
party.
The vision on 3, everything. I guess that protects us from crowd favorite. That might help a bit. It's not over until the fat lady things, I guess. There it is, as predicted. Stun it. Might have a real shot here.
All that glitters.
Kind of impressive. I wonder if I want to keep the Twisted Fate or not. Probably not. I think leveling it is just not a viable strategy here.
Hesitation to tell.
I have my orders.
That's annoying. Very annoying. Okay, so basically gotta do this, this, this. And I suppose this. We go to 1. Or we do this.
Easy.
We go to 5, so we don't die to get excited.
Let him think it's luck.
There's also a way where we do this. So we get excited range.
Charmed, I'm sure.
To be fair, we can't beat get excited anyway. Or maybe it's best to do this.
You're bluffing.
Bit of a rough run here. Just as a side note, my overall record with the deck so far in all the variants that I played is 43-13. So even if this specifically isn't gonna go that well, my overall performance certainly is going well with the deck. I think he can't empty his hand easily, so we can risk developing some stuff. Just gotta be careful to not get into like rocket range. Like into the range where he can burst, get a rocket and then play it right away. To be fair, I probably should have just open attacked, since everything that stops our attack also kills us. It doesn't make any sense to not just attack. Since there's no removal in the deck, that doesn't deal damage to us. Whew! Wow, what a game. And that's why Fizz Twisted Fate is so great. Like, even in a game where you're so hard with your back against the wall, you still can come out victoriously because the opponent had the nut draw, but in the end, he was still missing like one small piece, and we managed to cobble a win together. Yeah, 2-2. So my overall record now is 45-15, which is, funnily enough, pretty much the same record that I used to have with Ezreal Karma over the first 60 games. When I made the deck tech about it and was like really high on Masters, like top 20, top 10 EU the entire season. So basically kind of my peak performance over 60 games. I think I hardly ever have like a better record over like 60 games with any deck so far. So the 45-15 is about as high as it usually gets with like the sort of best deck in the meta game right now. Sort of situation when there is a deck that I would be comfortable calling the best deck, because not always is there a deck that's clearly like stands out as the best deck, but I think this Fizz Twisted Fate Burblefish deck is one of those cases, just like Karma Twisted Fate, Karma Ezreal and Ezreal Twisted Fate right after one another a couple of months ago, last year, were. So yeah, I hope that was interesting for you. There wasn't a whole lot to show about the benefits of Butcher potentially, and in the mirror, Mystic Shot would have been really good. But for example, in tournament lineup where you plan on banning Twisted Fate anyway, that value kind of goes away, so I think it becomes less valuable there. And what I think I managed to highlight reasonably well is how awkward stress testing can be, and why I would absolutely recommend not running 3. Because yeah, card is situational, card is a blank on its own. Even if you have a decent amount of cards to make a card work, a card that doesn't do anything on its own is always a high risk and a huge liability, no matter what the context of the deck, so be careful with those. Alright, I hope that was helpful and insightful. As always, let me know in the comments how you feel, what you think. If you have any questions, let me know. Also open to suggestions for future content or constructive feedback on how to improve the content, that sort of stuff. And everything else, as usual, you can find in the description down below. Link to the deck on Mobalytics, code to import, all that stuff, information on my stream and social media, yada yada yada. So check the description down below by clicking show more for everything else. And otherwise, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification icon on your way out. And of course, smash that like button and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm your host, ManuS, and I'll see you next time. Bye.